Greetings everyone from our lovely island here in the sun. This tutorial is designed to grant you some visual guidance to opening Microsoft Access, whether you are a beginner to the world of computers or you're simply looking for information on what Microsoft Access is and how you go about using it. So with that being said, what is this Microsoft Access? Before we can define Access, I think we first have to look at what a database is. And personally, I like to think about a database as a container, really, that holds some type of data. So think about a shoebox, for example, that you probably would have thrown out. And allow me to go to the browser so that I can provide you with some visual representation as we go along. So think about a shoebox that you would have thrown out, but you had a very brilliant idea that you're going to use this shoebox to store some item, maybe jewelries, maybe coins, something along those lines. So you begin to store, let's say, your coins inside your shoebox, and as time goes along, you realize that all your coins are bundled together in this shoebox. So what you do is you get a piece of cardboard and you place that inside your shoebox so that you are afforded a partition, so you could place your coins in one location, or your pennies rather in one location, dimes in another location, and so forth and so on. And as time goes on, your shoebox becomes more elaborate, it becomes more intricate, so that you can store more and more and more. This essentially is what a database is. In the cyber world of things, it is a program that stores data for the user. Now, who would use a database program, you might ask? Think of a popular or a prominent website that you use. I think Facebook is a good example here. When you signed up for Facebook the very first time, Facebook asked you for pieces of information pertinent to your profile. For example, they might have asked you to choose a username, they asked you to set a password, they asked you for an email, they might have even asked you for your location or your interest, and other information that they will actually use to verify who you are each time you log in. And this is not just for Facebook, but you might have done the same thing for a Microsoft account or a Google Plus, WhatsApp, Tinder, Snapchat, or some other application. Essentially, they all are using databases behind these applications, behind these websites to store your information. And that's how a database is actually used. All right. Now, you might not have access to a database program like Facebook would use or Google would use, but you have access to Microsoft Office if you have purchased a copy or you've gotten a copy from your organization. Within that Microsoft Office is a Microsoft Access program. All right, and this Microsoft Access will give you access to a database function that allows you to store your information in some meaningful way. All right, now how do you open Microsoft Access? Similar to the ways you would open a Microsoft Word document or a Microsoft Excel document, depending on the operating system you're using, might be Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows Vista, Windows 10, like mine here, or maybe even a more recent version, depending on when you're looking at this tutorial. You could go to the Start menu, and from your list of programs, you could choose Microsoft Access from the list. You might have it on your bar at the bottom of your screen. It might be on your desktop here. You could choose to right click and open a copy of Microsoft Access from the new option within the right click function. And once you've opened a copy of Microsoft Access, it should look something like this. Essentially, what you want to do within the screen is to start your very first database by using the blank database option. There are other options within Microsoft Access currently that you might find useful as time goes on, but my suggestion is to start with a blank database and work your way up. This concludes our tutorial for today. Please join us for our next tutorial where we are talking about accessing Microsoft Access using the tables and using queries within Microsoft Access. All right, thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy and that you found this tutorial absolutely useful. Thank you.